When we recorded our first post on our new Suzuki DL1000 V-Strom long-termer, I hadn't really had it long enough to do more than just record my initial impressions. And these were actually pretty good, especially given the price of the bike. My main point centred around the fact that at a shade under 140,000 Rand, the DL1000 was fantastic value for money, especially when you consider that all its main rivals are pushing 200,000 Rand. I did, however, have one or two reservations about the potential off-road ability of this bike. The first centred around the vulnerability of the exhaust and the oil filter and the lack of crash protection around the bodywork. And the second, it just didn't really look rough and tough enough to stand any harsh treatment off-road. Well, we returned it to Suzuki for the first of the planned improvements to the bike, and two very interesting things happened when I picked it up a couple of days later. The first was this. What an amazing difference fitting a bash plate of epic proportions, a set of really solid crash bars, and a set of handguards made to the appearance and therefore the perceived ability of the bike. All of a sudden, it didn't seem impossible that this bike could be quite good off-road. So, to answer a question I asked in my first report, yes, maybe we have been brainwashed into thinking that a bike can only be good off-road if it has all the toys. The second thing to happen was that when I swung my leg over the saddle and rode off into the, I was going to say sunset, but actually I mean traffic congested highway, I remembered how good this bike was to ride on the road. Obviously, on the bike show, we get to ride all sorts of bikes all the time. And so to return to the familiarity of one particular bike is actually a blessing. And in the DL1000, I realised I really liked riding this bike. Ah, I hear you say. So you've saved all that money buying the bike, but now you've got to spend a whole lot more bringing it up to the same specification as all its more expensive rivals. Surely that's defeating the object. Very true. But the three items that we've fitted here will set you back a measly 6,500 Rand, so you're still not really breaking a sweat. And the chances are you'd have to fit them all to the more expensive rivals anyway. So it seems like the V-Strom is actually fighting back. Now, there's a bit of dirt.
So, Harry, your bike's starting to look chunky and rugged, which is...
Just like me.
Not like you at all.
Oh,
no.
sorry.
You said you were going to look for some dirt. Did you find any?
No, still looking.
You're not looking very hard, are you?
No, not really, no. I'm avoiding it as much as possible.
So tell me, you can't have an ice cream until you answer this. What are you doing next with the bike?
Next, we're going to put panniers and top box on to make it as much of a touring bike as an off-road bike.
Ah, OK.